Hi! It's been a while. Like 6 months. That's half a year. That's half a year without you guys seeing some incredible content. Well, it's here. Some of my most loyal fans will know that I've already done this video before, 2 years ago. As you can see right there. Right there. That was supposed to be a 2-part series, but unfortunately I didn't end up finishing the second part because I was, and still am, working on a live adaptation of Gay Sex. I hope you guys are ready for that because that's coming in 5 years. Purchase that on DVD when it comes out to support us. This isn't a fists only run, this is a no guns run. I don't know if I made that clear in my first video, but that was 2 years ago, so I probably didn't. I am allowed to use nail bombs and Molotovs, but only on the bloater things that look like hot wings from KFC. Because if I didn't, you would know that this challenge would be impossible. You need to at least use a gun or a bomb, so I chose the bombs. I figured that would be better. But can a cracker do it? Can a cracker really beat The Last of Us without using guns? No, you can't. But I'm still going to show you. This is how to beat The Last of Us Remastered without using guns. I'm going to teach you how to play The Last of Us without using guns. I don't know why you would, but here you are. You start off the game playing as the first Ellie, and the thing you need to do is die. And now we are 20 years late into the game's story. We're playing as Joel Miller, my boyfriend. Don't get too jealous. Then we meet Tess. She's awesome. We make our way out of the building. What the fuck happened to Joel? This whole beginning part you don't need help with. It is just walking. But I know one bit you will need help with. The ladder puzzle. Now even for me, I'm pretty smart. This took me about 3.5 hours to solve with a tutorial up, so this will be a challenge to some of you. But I'm just letting you know that the ladder is behind the car, okay? So you pick that up and go to the building. And then we meet Bald Man. He is there suffering, and he wants us to shoot him in the head to end it. But, sorry son, this is a no guns run, so we're gonna leave him to suffer. Then we see 3 infected. We can easily take them all out, or even just run past them, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna punch them all to death. Which is a smart idea? Now for the next few encounters, you're not gonna need me, your favorite guy, because they're just really easy. They're the beginning encounters of the game, so they will go easy on you. All you have to do is just remain in stealth. If you struggle on these, then fuck me, go play Peggle 2 or something, man. And then we see Kyle. Yes, that Kyle. This encounter isn't so bad. This is probably the first somewhat challenging one that most people will face on the run, but it is really easy. You just sneak around the left. I struggled a bit more in my very first playthrough doing this run. Pretty outdated video. I'm such a fag. You!
Hey, what's going on, my man? Shit.
Where's Gay Sex 4?
I recently... Gay Sex 4?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, shit!
Where's Gay Sex 4, you fucking cunt?
I'm not making Gay Sex. Oh!
Well, now what?
Well, thank you for asking, Joel Miller, my boyfriend. We move on to the next human encounter. This one is very easy, but I managed to fuck it up by playing super aggressively. Don't do that, okay? That's my advice to you. And then we meet the actual Ellie, who is one of my favorite video game characters of all time, second only behind Master Chief from the video game Master Chief. And that concludes chapter 1. It was a very easy chapter, but trust me, it will get harder, okay? Especially now that we're going to the Bronx.
Now hold up. There's a patrol up ahead.
He totally just said the N-word right there, I'm not even joking. we notice that Ellie is actually infected. Insane plot twist, no one saw it coming, and it leaves Joel feeling okay. This part is very easy, it's very linear, very tight, just like Callum's ass. I don't know why the clip cut out just then, but no, I was just saying that it's very easy and you probably won't have a problem with it. And then we go to the Capitol building, also known as where 9/11 happened. This is still the tutorial stage of the game. This is where you'll first meet the clickers. So it is still pretty easy. There's one slightly challenging bit down there where it's just one clicker and like a bunch of infected. It's pretty hard to do that stealthily, so you're gonna have to tank some damage, okay? Make sure you have a medkit, which you probably should. After a lot more walking, there is a shit ton of walking in this game. What is this? Death Stranding 2? I am what you call the man of comedy. This part will be challenging to some. All you have to do is just sneak past, and it's easier said than done. Like I did here, I accidentally kicked a bit of glass, and the entire fucking room came on me. That sounded kind of... And then I got flanked. I got jumped by a bunch of crackers, and this actually led to my first death. So if you laugh at me, don't, because I will literally fucking sue you. The second time was a lot easier. Instead of going through that window, you go left, and there you go. You win! Well done! After a bit of this, and a bit of that, we get to the museum. We sneak past some clickers. You watch Tess get bit. Ha! And then we get to an encounter where we're forced to fight a bunch of infected. This is actually a really fun part of the entire run. Just utilize bottles and bricks as much as you can. This fight is not hard at all. You'll be fine, okay? Don't worry. I'm here to protect you always, okay? Don't worry.
So is that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, can't deny that view.
Come on, this way. Hey, let's pick it up. Look, we're almost done. Stay focused.
Yes, ma'am.
No. No, no, no.
What happens now?
What are we doing here? This is not us.
What do you know about us? About me?
I know that you are smarter than this.
Really? Guess what? We're shit.
It is over, Tess!
Fuck! I can't believe we did that.
Stop.
We just left her to die.
Stop. Yeah, once we're done with this whole thing, I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar.
Tess is dead. We're gonna jump from this building to the next one, and we're gonna see a rifle. No, son, don't pick it up, because if you do, you failed the challenge, and you failed me. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I'd have a bit more trouble here, because I did before in my first Last of Us video. I died a few times. That's mainly because I ran straight towards them, because I said fuck it, why not? Of course I got obliterated. After getting chased by an armored car, we go through the subway, very easy stuff. We leave the subway, and that actually ends chapter 2, let's go! That took a while, didn't it?
Go. Yeah, it'll be faster to go through here.
We are here at Billstown. There's not really many hurdles here apart from maybe this one clicker that maybe a few people will think that you have to kill it, but you don't. You can just sneak past it. And then we get to Bill's Trap. I'm sure you knew this was coming. Bill's Trap is impossible to do without a gun. I have a plan, okay? This is actually where I stopped recording, quit the game, and this also means that this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It was really fun to do this video. It took a lot of effort, but I really appreciate it if you left a like. Maybe follow all my social media. Unsubscribe from I Am Demoted if you haven't already. And yeah, okay, fine. We'll use our fucking guns. Whatever, man. I don't know how many kills I got. I didn't count. There's just gonna be a number on screen. That's the amount of kills I got. There's the number right there. Let's go do it. Look at that. Funny little spin. That's the number. And then we get saved by Fatty Boom Boom. We run away from a bunch of infected. It's going pretty well. We kill one or two here and there. And then Ellie gets arrested for being a lesbian. Really, Bill? During Black History Month? By now, your pretty ass should have a good amount of supplements, so I would suggest you put a lot of it into Shiv Master. This is a very useful ability, especially on this chapter. There's going to be so many clickers. And after you get Shiv Master, if you have some spares or if you find more supplements, put it into Healing Speed. This will also be very useful, but right now prioritize Shiv Master, okay? We follow the fat man for a little longer. We get to this encounter, which isn't really a big deal because I just stood on top of the car and won, and then Joel Miller, my boyfriend, stop. Joe! No!
All right. You gotta check the barricades again. You neglect the simple shit.
Damn. He just straight up fucked it. Here we are at the cemetery where your nan is buried. This is a challenging part of the run. There's so many fucking clickers here. There's so much shit that can just go wrong. Like here, I walk through the gate and the clicker can just somehow see me. Like, how can you see me when your whole entire gimmick is that you're blind and cannot fucking see? Yes, I did die a few times. I died 3 times. So what? Shut the fuck up. This racks it up to 4 deaths in the entire run, which I think is pretty good. I'm doing a lot better than I did on my first playthrough. But just you wait, son. It just gets worse. And then we go back to school. Just takes me back to the good old days of getting beat up every day and getting made fun of and getting beat up every day. And then we go inside the school to a surprisingly difficult encounter. I managed to die here. There's just a lot of enemies here and I kind of wasn't expecting that. I kind of completely forgot about it. There is a clicker there as well, but if you have shivs, you'll be just fine. If you don't, resort to bottles like I did. And then we run into my biggest fear, Fat Men. This is where the bombs and molotovs will come into play. Yes, I could have just turned on cheats and made it a one-hit kill, but I feel like having to scavenge around and save up resources for bombs and molotovs makes it a little better. Luckily, I had enough molotovs and nail bombs to defeat the Fat Man, so that means there's one less Fat Man walking around the streets. In my first video, I just flat out fucking shot the cunt. Like, I did not give a fuck.
That was plan A, B, C, all the way to fucking Z. And furthermore, tell Tess that she can take this job. Bring Tess into this. Shove it right up. Nothing to do with it.
Let's have sex.
I fucking love American Dad. And then we move on to the safest driving lesson in Ohio. This section was pretty difficult, okay? There was a lot of shit going on. I didn't have enough med kits or anything like that, but I did get this really nice shot of the skybox. I thought it looked very nice. Nah, I died. Did you know this game actually cost 70 quid? That's 79 US dollars. That's 11,807 Japanese yen. For this piece of shit. The other problem I had with this encounter is that there was always one last clicker left, and I was just waiting for Bill to just hurry up and shoot it. I was actually circling around for like 10 fucking minutes. I died twice just circling around this one clicker, hoping Bill would kill it, and eventually the fat cunt did it. He eventually got him.
Bill, about your buddy back there.
Get the fuck out of my town.
Oh, man.
Hey, what happened to sleeping?
Well, here. This make you all nostalgic?
You know, that is actually before my time. That is winter, though.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage on.
Well, there ain't no did I?
I'm sure your friend will be missing this tonight. It's light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Well, hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Oh, why are these all stuck together?
That's all. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? What's that? What's that? I'm gonna get that too, but what's next? Bitch, I'm head. What? I just need a check. I just called a check. I got you some hit. I got music, bitch, on my neck. I gon' do some hit. But you better watch your mouth. Better hold your lip. Yo, shit. That's some real shit. Hey, yo, hey. 20 years old. Hey, 20 years old. And I need 30 for sure. Oh, I had to let you know. I'm on that old. And young Pablo with me. Oh, and we ain't no Joe on that just.
I think that's the last of them.
Thank you for your input, Joel Miller, my boyfriend. Well, you're not really my boyfriend anymore. You kind of fucked that click earlier. This chapter's gonna throw a lot of human enemies at you, so you better be prepared. This encounter was a little bugged for me. I snuck past all of them, but then when I got to the gate, it wouldn't let me through because I guess one of them could see me and I actually couldn't attack the guy, so I was forced to restart the encounter. This game cost 70 quid. That's equivalent to, but when the game does work, these two encounters were completely fine. They were kind of back to back with each other. The second one in the library was a little tough, but I'm sure you won't have a problem with it. I did die once, okay, but we won't talk about that, okay? Well, I won't tell anyone if you won't, alright? And then we get a bit of downtime. Joel gets to look at his coffee, then we get to try and lockpick a safe and give up halfway through because we can't be asked. And then we get to experience the safest hotel in Detroit. And then we get to the elevator. We gently make our way down. Relaxing. Do you want to know how I did that in my first video? When I looked back at my first Last of Us video, that bit scared the shit out of me. I just kind of wanted to let you know that. And then we move on to which I think is the hardest encounter in the entire run, like no doubt. And the ironic thing is I had a way easier time on my first playthrough. On my first playthrough, I switched the difficulty from hard to survivor because I thought it was too easy. I decided to change the difficulty to survivor because I thought for sure this was going to be the part where I struggle on, but I didn't. So this is when I realized that this is a bit too easy, and I think there needs to be more of a challenge. Fucking cocky piece of shit. But this time, I really fucked up and I kept on dying over and over and over again. I don't know why I found this particularly difficult in this run, but I eventually did it. We finally let Ellie shoot a gun, and this is a good thing because she may actually be useful in this fight and even in later encounters. But sadly, I cannot actually use much of the footage from this encounter because my mic was on and you get to hear me have a lot of sex. We see an armored truck killing a family. That's pretty cool, until it starts trying to kill us, then it's not very cool. We run away from it, get into a few chases with it, and then we get to see the two African American guys? Am I allowed to say that?
Look!
Leave him alone. Easy, son. Just take it easy.
It's all right. They're not the bad guys. Oh, man, you hit hard.
And now we are with Henry and Sam. You would think having two extra allies would be really helpful, but it really isn't, especially Sam. Like, he's fucking, like, you're not getting your fucking transformer, you little dick. This count was fine until Henry decided to get us spotted for no fucking reason. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, stay in cover, stay in cover. Good one, alright. Now we'll wait for, what are you doing? What the fuck? And of course, everybody died. This is a pretty challenging one though, for people on this run. Just try and stay in stealth as much as you can, and turn off that generator. I forgot to do that, and I did not realize how much that would actually help you. Oh no, the armored car is back. Oh. Yeah, kiddo. We get into another chase with the armored vehicle. I mean, it's kind of hard to fuck up these chases, come on. We jump off a bridge, and then we all die.
Henry! He's awake!
Hey, you. We're alive. Okay.
See? What'd I tell you, huh? He's good. Everything's fine. You know, Sam's the one who spotted you. You guys are taking quite a bit of water. Yes, I'm okay.
And then we make it to the sewers. Couple infected here. Oh. Sorry, I got a fucking like peep in my mouth. Like I was saying, there's a lot of infected in here. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. There is some clickers though, so make sure you get some shivs ready and make sure you bought the fucking shiv master like I told you to, you bitch. And now we're stuck with that little cunt Sam. This actually was the hardest part for me on my first video. I died so much. I don't know why, because this time it was really easy. There was actually no problems with it, which is really good. Yeah, take that past me, cocky little fuck. I'm like, getting to Survivor is too easy. That's what you fucking get. Suffer, you little bitch. We are finally at the end of the sewer level. It really wasn't as bad as it was in my first playthrough, as you can see by my insane skill level. And then we finally make it out of the sewers, and then we decide to play some darts. That was fucking epic. After having a peaceful walk through a nice suburban neighborhood, we are forced to recreate the JFK assassination. This is another bit where I'm forced to shoot. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It was really fucking cool. Really loved it. After we snipe about 30 people, we have a nice dinner with Sam and Henry. Very nice. Nothing can really go wrong. Oh boy.
So you, then what do you want with me?
Giant green idiot.
We are now on our way to Uncle Tommy's. I love Uncle Tommy. I also love my own uncle. I didn't really like the time where he wanted to play what he called the no clothes game, but what can you do? Anyway, we don't really want to talk about that, do we? The enemies have been buffed now, so these next sections are going to be pretty tricky. You can't really use stealth either, so I cannot advise you how to pursue these. You're just going to have to take as much damage as you can. That's just the way it is. And now we're forced to find a woman. This actually leads to a really difficult encounter next to these cabins, so good luck with that, son. This is also another one where you're just going to have to tank as much damage as possible, but this one is definitely one of the harder ones. I did die a couple times.
Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys?
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry.
You're not my daughter.
And now we are on our way to the university. I want to study so I can become a full-time YouTuber. In this area we get to relax a little bit. There's not too many hard encounters. It's actually very easy. We reach up to the point where I was in my first video. In my first video it took me about 23 minutes to get here. In this video it only took me 22, so I'm saving everyone's time here. And then we walk into a room, then we see monkeys! I love monkeys! And then we have to fight our own monkeys. This entire university bit is not hard at all, okay? You'll be fine here by yourself. You'll get stabbed. And now we're in another section which forces us to shoot people, so you know how it goes now. After shooting more people, we make it out of the university with a bachelor's degree, and then Joel dies. Do you remember when I said that little underground part, all the stalkers and the bloater and the generator was the hardest part? Turns out I was lying to your fat face. This is the hardest part of the game, no doubt. Oh no, not this hunting part. My shots were on point. No, it's this room with David. And let me tell you, this is what's gonna fuck you in the ass. But most people, when they do the no guns run, they get to this point and just stop playing because it is really difficult. You're playing as a 14-year-old girl with like no supplies. But trust me, I know a strat that not even the master level speedrunners know about this game, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, quick little editor's note, I would like to be paid for this information, so be sure to contact me and I'll give you my PayPal and we can sort something out, okay? Just please give me money. What you're gonna want to do is you want to stay in the corner for as long as possible, be super aggressive, constantly try and kill the infected, then you'll be pushed out of bounds, and then you will actually land at the end of the game. So yeah, I just beat The Last of Us Part 1 without using guns, so like I said earlier, just get my PayPal and you can just give me some money. Okay, enough fucking around. There is no way to exploit this encounter, so you're just gonna have to suck it up and be a man. Or a woman. Whoever you are. The only advice a cracker like me can give is that you have to stick to David at all times, because he is the new Joel, so he will be doing all the hard work. You just help him out here and there. So what you pretty much do is just run around, just wait for opportunities to take people out. That's just the way it is, and eventually you will do it. But yeah, it's gonna be very, 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 very difficult. Well, not that many berries. Maybe like 2 less berries, and yeah, that's how difficult it'll be. And now we move on to the next encounter. Definitely not as hard as the first one, but still pretty challenging. You're gonna have to fight a bloater here, so what you need to do is stock up on bombs and molotovs, okay? If you don't do that, sorry son, you're kinda fucked. You're gonna need at least 5 bombs to take this fat man out, okay? And depending on what difficulty you put it on, I put my run on hard mode, but if yours is on normal or easy, it'll probably be less, but average, you need at least 5, okay? So yeah, after a few pretty easy encounters, you just have to like jump in and out of stealth. That's all you gotta do. We get kidnapped by Guy.
How are you feeling?
Super.
Here. You should eat.
You're a fucking animal.
And you're special.
Oh.
I warned you.
I'm infected!
You can try begging.
Fuck you.
Oh fuck.
Ellie.
Ellie! Stop! Stop!
Fucking touch me!
It's okay. It's me. It's me. It's me. Look. It's me.
He tried to...
Oh, baby girl. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
Hey, look, I hate to ruin the moment, but me personally, I think my Red Dead series handled emotion a little better.
With Widow's Wine, you're mine.
We are at the final chapter. We're nearly done! But first, we gotta see Giraffe. Now that we saw Giraffe, we gotta take Ellie to the hospital because she's a lesbian and we're trying to cure it. And now we have to deal with the infected one last time. And luckily, it is one of the easiest encounters in the game. All you have to do is just sneak past. It's so easy. What an underwhelming ending to fighting the infected. After a lot more walking and some intense puzzle solving, we get to have a swim and then we get to the hospital. Give it to me straight, Doc. Am I gay too? No. Oh, thank God. And this leads us to the last two encounters of the game, and of course, these ones are actually hard. But the only advice I have is just take it slow, okay? There's no rush. Be very careful, because with this first encounter, it took me like, maybe just under 10 minutes to do it. Just because I was going very slowly and just trying to plan out every route I can take. And here we are, the very last encounter of the entire game. Whew. This is gonna be a hard one, boys. I used a smoke bomb and ran past. Yeah, I know. Pretty underwhelming ending, isn't it? But yeah, I just beat the game. Yep.
You can't save her. Even if you get her out of here, then what? How long before she's torn to pieces by a pack of clickers? That is, if she hasn't been raped and murdered first.
It ain't for you to decide.
It's what she'd want.
Wait, let me go. We can cure her lesbianitis. Just don't kill me, please. I love gays. Well, son, it looks like I have to do an outro for this video. I love The Last of Us, and I also quite love this remake, even though it really didn't have to happen. It looks good, and it feels good. Well, it doesn't really, it feels kind of the same as it did in 2013, but it looks good. But it was a fucking blast to edit this video. It took a really long time, and I hope I get some sick ad revenue from it. With my next upload, that should be, at the very least, coming out in 3 years. So stay tuned for that. But before I go, I just wanted to say that the Red Dead series is finished, but it's only on Patreon for 20 quid a month, so be sure to go over there, give me my money.
What could have been